Hello viewers, welcome to today's video. In today's video we're going to learn how to do cornrows. The cornrows are going to be plaited onto the natural hair, so we are not going to add any hair addition into the hair. As you can see, this is the hair that we are going to braid it into the cornrows. So the hair should be washed and very clean. As you can see, it's very clean, washed, shampooed, conditioned, and then you blow dry it. Not full blow dry, but just semi dry in the hair, so that it can be into a texture that it's so fit, or which will not be so hard for you to do the cornrows. So as you can see, the texture is not that straight and it's not that tangled. It's a little bit it's only straightened, but it's not smoothened. So we are going to I'm going to show you how we are going to cut we are going to section the hair so that we can start doing the cornrows. So you take your comb, the comb that you've been using all through. In the previous video that you saw, we were using such kind of a comb, so which is easier to use. You section your hair into according to the style that you want to achieve. So during the section, you need to make sure that your line is very straight, very well sectioned. So we have the front part and the back part. So the center part, we need to find our center part where our lines are going to meet. Just cut a little semicircular section from the lower part, and then you cut the same section on the lower part. So this is our meeting point for both sides. As you can see, this is our meeting point for both sides. The lines that will be on the front part and the lines that will be on the back part. So you try and make a twist or a corner. You can either do a rasta or a twist, but you're going to do a rasta on it. So this is our meeting point. This is where our cornrows are going to meet. If you don't have the meeting point, then your lines you'll keep on getting confused where you're going to finish up your lines. But with this, you're going to know that your lines need to go all through around this circular section. So because you're going to start on the front, the back part you can just do a bigger rasta. Or we can do a line on it, which is not small but big. So the note that we are doing, this cornrow that we are trying to do here, we're not going to do it so tight because you're going to untie it later. We're just holding the hair so that it may not hinder us from doing the cornrows on the front side. Alternatively, you can take a rubber band or a clip and hold the hair with it. So we're going to section. We're going to start by sectioning the lines that we want to have them on the type of style that we want on our client side. In this way, we are going to have lines that are going semicircular into the center. So you must start by creating the curve that you want to achieve. So you section, you make sure that your line is well visible. Now you start braiding your line. So you're going to hold it into three sections. You're going to divide the front part. You just cut a small section, divide it into three. This is the first section, the second one, and the third one. So as you can see clearly, I'm having three sections. This is the first one, the second one, and the third one. So you need to use the three fingers, the three first fingers, the thumb, index finger and the middle finger. So the first hairs you're going to hold with the thumb and the middle finger. The second hair you're going to place it on top of the thumb, but holding it with the index finger. The third section of the hair you're going to hold it with your right hand. You hold it with the middle finger together with the thumb, and then the index finger is left not holding any hair. So you start plaiting. You bring the hair that you are holding with the index finger on the left hand, place it below the thumb. You just place it below the thumb and you press it. Then you take the hair that you are holding with both the thumb and the index finger of your left hand. You make sure that it's held with the index finger and the thumb. You take the hair that you are pressing down with your thumb, bring it to the front. You press again the middle hair that you're holding with the index finger with your right hand. Then you take the other hair that you're holding with the middle finger and your thumb of your right hand. So you just keep on repeating the same sequence until you finish. But because you can see we've not added any hair, you try and do it 3 times first. Then you start adding hair. So that was 1. You do the second time, and then the third time. Now we can start adding more hair from the other section of the hair. We wanted our hair to start at the front part. That's why we did 1, 2, 3 times first, then we started adding more hair. If you don't do that, then your line is going to stretch backwards, making it not have a clear start. To remind you, we are still doing the single cornrows. We are not doing the double cornrows. So as you can see, these other fingers at the back, the two remaining fingers are doing nothing. So try as much as possible not to hold hair with those 2 fingers at the last 2 fingers. Now when you reach the center where we did cut, where we did section, where our finishing should be, so you just continue on braiding the hair until you've reached the end of the hair. So you finish, you make sure your finishing is very neat and clean and clear, to avoid the finishing from running, because if you just finish it like that, it will just run and undo itself. So you have to finish it completely until you reach the end of the hair. Now we can leave it at that point. So this finishing it prevents it from running. So you'll have to finish it, not only the first one, until the last one that you're going to braid. So we're going to section it again. So you create the curve that you want to have. So as you can see, our center part is a bit thicker than the front part and then the back part. So the center part should be thicker because the hair at the center are thick. So your sectioning at the front, it should be thick, and almost to the end it should be thick, so that all the hairs can concentrate at the small section at the back. So the front part should be thin, the center part should be thicker. As you can see, it's thicker. The hair here, they're too much compared to the hair at the end, and compared to the hair that are going to start at the front. Please note that. So you still start again, you section the hair into 3, 2, and the third one. You still braid it, plait it the same way you are doing it. You try as much as possible to hold the hairline. So you'll just continue with the same process until you finish your lines. So that is the pattern that you want to achieve, the pattern of coming from the left side moving towards the center, left side towards the center. So that is the same technique that we're still going to continue. Just section the hair, maintain the balance. The front part should be thin, the center part thicker, and the back part where the hairs, where the lines are going to meet, it should also be thin. So you just run it up as a raster. Remember, it also should be neat till you reach at the end to avoid running. So you're going to use just the same technique we've done on the first and the second line to the third line, the fourth and the fifth, onwards until we finish up the whole head. Viewers, now you can see we are through with the cornrows, the single cornrows that we started. We started from this far end with these 2 lines, which you can see these, which we started here. We continued with the same pattern, making a semicircle, spherical shape, moving towards the left side, the right side of the left side of the client, all round, as you can see, until we went through back to the back side and we finished. So now, after you finish, we are going to make a single line cornrow with these, and then we're going to add an hair addition onto it, making it a little bit more prettier. At the center we did, as you can see, all these cornrows are coming to the center. To achieve that, we had to cut a small section at the center that we did use to make sure that all the cornrows are coming to the center. You can see them all around. So all the cornrows, they're coming to the center. This was achieved by having a small section of the hair that we did a small raster into it, and then all cornrows came through that single cornrow we did at the center. Now we're going to do the cornrow so that we can have our final touch and our final look. So first of all, we'll need to sew it together. Sew the cornrows together using your needle, one after the other. We're doing this to make them come or clinch together almost to the center, and then we're going to do our cornrow on top of it. But if we do our cornrow without using the needle, without sewing it round at least one time, we're going to leave it a little bit open. So we don't want to leave it open. That's why we're using our needle and thread to tighten it up a little bit. So this is our final touch. She can, after we finish, she can stay with the same style without adding any hair addition. But to make it more beautiful and more attractive, she can choose either to use these extending lines, rasters, pick and drop, and use braids on it. She can braid it so that they can become longer. Or even she can use a weave to have an hair extension onto it. She can even do a braid aside and then twist it and then put it onto the client's head. So this is just to beautify and to make it more attractive. But also she can stay with the same cornrows on the head, but use an hairband or a clip, which is still to make it more beautiful. So after we've tightened it a little bit, now we're going to make the circular. And you try as much as possible to hide the thread so that it may not be visible. So you continue sewing it until you cover the center part. Now as you can see, now we're through. We've made a very clean and clear ending. Even seeing the center part, it's quite a little bit hard. So you can either feel free leaving the client the way she is, or you can add an hair extension onto this finished end, or you can which can be a weave, or either you can put a braid, or you can braid the braid first and then in either a twist or a pick and drop, and then create a creative style onto the client's head, which will be very attractive and presentable. Thank you for watching.